No. I wonder if I can shrink it. No. So it just has to sit there. Ooh, yuck. Alright, well, I can sit there. G'day guys, welcome back to another live stream here in this lovely little studio. It's very, very exciting. I'm feeling great today. Hey David, how you doing? My morning coffee wasn't great. I'm tired because my bed's too soft. Breakfast, there's nothing to write home about, but regardless of all this stuff, I'm in such a good mood. Pink, hello, how you doing? Sorry for disappearing for the weekend, guys. I had a fantastic event I wanted to get to, and I got to it and had a great time. And I did some outdoor painting. Now, I've shown you the one we did of Abraham Lincoln, which we completely lost. So, Pink, if you've seen that, and Maximilius, hello. Where's Seb? Seb's here. Seb's here. What do you mean? What? I am excited. I'm very, very excited. So, had a fantastic weekend of painting. Abraham Lincoln was really, really fun because completely lost that painting. It's actually gone. Hey Victoria, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well too, by the way. So sorry, the picture of Abraham Lincoln was so cool, but the rain actually washed all the paint off it by the time the reel was gone. So it was a painting that actually only now exists in digital form. Yeah, Pink, because we didn't use any oils with it. It was all acrylics. And so it literally sat on it and just ran straight down off it. Thanks, Maximilius. Appreciate you. Which was wild. And what's that? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Slick. So what do you mean lost? So what happened was literally the paint just ran off the canvas. So it was white. I painted a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it. Rain was coming down at the same time, and it just came down. But before it came off, before it disappeared, it was running beautifully and making it look just incredible. So we had a lot of fun making it. The actual artwork doesn't exist, but it's funny because that's exactly what we talk about here non-stop, that it's not about the actual result, in which this wasn't even a commission, this was just for fun, but it was actually about just making the picture and being out there in nature and enjoying myself. So I did that. Anyway, so these pieces, some interesting stuff needs to happen today, and we might have to angle it down on the floor for a wee bit because some of these canvases need to have a special coat put onto them. I'll show you the stuff. I've got it over here. This has a very big price tag on it. Let's peel that off. This is expensive stuff. So this stuff here, why don't you upload your lives to YouTube anymore? Veronica, I'm very sorry. I should be doing that. And my Wi-Fi is sorted now, so I can do that. I have been belligerent and lazy. But on this particular day, Veronica, you can cut me a little bit of slack. And the reason why is because I have it streaming to TikTok with you at the moment, but the YouTube live is right beside it, right beside the camera. So this way, it goes on YouTube and TikTok. So there's a replay on YouTube and there's a thing on TikTok. And we'll see if that works, because that saves the downpull, upload, rigmarole. Steve, how you doing? Lovely to see you, Steve. Steve, we're doing your one today. So if you've got time to hang around, it's fantastic. But also, Steve, like I was just saying to Veronica, it will be available on YouTube permanently. So if you need to run, you'll still have the version on YouTube to watch back on. Right. Sorry, bottle in my hand. This is pouring medium. Does that matter? Not really. Basically what this is it's an acrylic version of the liquid glass we sometimes use. It goes over the surface very, very thick and it flattens itself out. And the reason why you do that at all is because as you add a lot of paint to the canvas or the board can get tooth, which means as you're painting it, it drags itself across and dries out. Like, it doesn't have that lovely wet feeling, it has more like a tacky, dry feeling. And we don't want that. So this stuff here has zero tooth, so there's no friction involved with this at all. it creates almost like an ice sheet or come on Sebastian, use your brain, or glass coat over the top, leveling all the texture, keeping the visuals of the texture, because it's like looking through water or glass, you can still see the shapes of the texture inside the paint, but to paint on, it's perfectly flat. So this stuff's fun. I like this, because I use a lot of texture to make a mess. It is pretty fun, Pink, but it's at a stage now where it's wild, and you just keep changing it by adding more paint. So instead of just changing it and getting up the same result each time, now we coat it in this, we put a glass layer between this and the next coat, and then as long as we don't paint the entire thing, you'll be able to see through the layers. So you get a bit more definition without losing a wilderness of brushstrokes and texture. This is good stuff. I like it. Right, but we're not starting with this one. I was just kicking straight into the live without actually swapping them over. So we'll swap them over now. But now that you've seen this bottle, we will remove this from the Alimonte, and we will get, I think we'll get probably an experimental one first, just to loosen. Let me see what I've got over here in the corner. This is the question. Is this a question that we ask ourselves? Let me see here. Okay. Yes. Okay. I reckon we open up with one, team. Let's open up with one. So often we just bring up ones that haven't been started yet, and let's just start one for a bit of fun. And this is going to be pretty special because there's not going to be a reel on this one at all. So it'll just be us doing one raw off the bat, and I know what we're gonna paint, and everyone's gonna like it. Dun 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 dun. La da 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 da. Ba-dee ba da boo. La boo ba da. Up here you come. Fantastic. I'm excited. Wait, oh, that's the waterfall. Yeah, that's a fun one. That is a fun one. But this is also going to be a fun one. This is going to be special. This is going to be something that we do multiple versions of. So we haven't done multiple versions of the same face or a portrait over and over again since Reddit had a live feature of the Arpan Studio. And that's okay. But the reason why I like to do a face over and over again is because if you redo a face over and over, the colours that you get and the things you notice change. The first things you see on a face, like the beard or the nose, or the way the light catches it, will be, in some sense, different every time you look at the picture, especially when you're in a hurry. And so things you pick up on, and things that get accentuated and brought out, I like it. It's always different. Now, excuse me while I just get this little thing here. This is really cool. This comes out like this. Provided I don't knock over everything in the studio while I do it. I get this pole. He's so Fleabag. Yeah, I am sort of today actually. I got some paint on my shirt, but I think Fleabag's a little bit rough. I was actually in the last studio. There was a dog, Barnaby, who I think got fleas at one point. Because I had a bite that didn't feel like a mosquito bite. Anyway, this is our picture. We're doing Abe Lincoln. That's the plan. And the reason why we're doing Abe Lincoln is because he's got a very, very distinctive face. And a distinctive face makes for a fun portrait because we don't have to worry about the nose, the eyes, the mouth, the beard, the wrinkles, the eyebrows, the hair, the forehead, the chin, none of it matters. If we capture the shapes correctly, then you'll see Abe Lincoln's face with or without correct noses and things like that. Is the cheekbone? Yeah, Abe Lincoln rocks a cheekbone. No doubt about that. So let's get this nice and even. Got a little bit scrunched because we've got it wet. Doesn't matter though. A lot of these wrinkles that are actually on it will reproduce on the work because we'll see the shadows wrong, which is kind of fun. I like that. Righty-tighty. Colours. So first colour. Nothing really changes when it comes to first colour, guys. We're still going to start with our black. That's me just saying black in a weird way. And I actually bought some more. So I got some carbon black this time. We're typically working with Mars black, which is more browny, or like a Payne's grey, which is more bluey. And this is black. Always thought Lincoln had a really interesting face. Yeah, so we've seen it one time. We turned it into the picture we did outside that got rained away, which is fun. So number one was completed, wild, but washed away. I love that. Number two, this one, we're going to have to see where we can take it. I need a big brush though. Big brush. Send me this one. Is this even big enough? Yeah, this will be fine. It's not the biggest brush yet, but it'll hold a lot of paint. This is good. He's not responding the TikTok question. He's trying to respond to TikTok question. Was it a good TikTok question or was it a mean TikTok question? I try and answer both. Twitter? There is a Twitter. So if you go on to the link in my bio, that'll link you through to everything. Speaking of which, Pink and Victoria, I've got some super cool news. I think you guys are really going to like, well, everyone's going to like this, but you guys are going to find this really cool because you've been here since the start. So what's going to happen is in the link in the bio, there's going to be inside that one, the first hit is going to be a virtual gallery. So I've got a group building it, and what happens is it's like one of those Google Maps things where you cruise around through it. And so when the prints sell out, I'll take them off the website, or after some time and things, and then all the images we do, all the commissions and all this trial works, all the wild stuff will all be up in this virtual gallery. And that's really cool because we were talking about actually having a space where you can see the art even when it gets sold and there's nowhere you can see it, blah, 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 and everyone's all in different places of the world. But a virtual gallery, I've seen it, the artwork's not in it yet, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, so Pink, you're on the right frame here. It sounds pretty cool, could also be awful. So bear with me, I think it's going to be cool. I've got high hopes for it, but look, at the same time, I really don't know. It could be a shocker, so let's find out. No, I'm not married, but one day I will be. I'm a family man at heart. That's what I love, guys. Let me have a look-see here. Where is the thing that I wanted? I'm going to cheat. It's funny, because it says a family man at heart, and now I'm going to cheat, but I'm just looking for a pen, a special pen. I put it somewhere. Where did I put my pen? It's a very, very special pen. Yeah, there you go. Ideal. Here we go. Because I want to get that contrast, I want to make sure all the lines are in there. I'm going to do some guidelines. Sid never does this. This is very naughty. It's not going to be conventional, like shape the face out, make it perfect. It's just going to be roughly where the edge of some brush strokes want to land. Hello, Judy. How you doing? How you doing? And that sort of comes down there. There's a chin there. Here's a Jew. A lot of people get hung up on guidelines too, to try and really make them perfect. Really get hung up on it. Don't do that. Still, even if you are going to do a blueprint like this, a little bit wild is always fun. Otherwise the brush strokes that go on top of it are always too intense. There's that cheekbone for Pink, and then there's that part of this part that comes up from the nose there. The nose itself actually lacks a lot of detail. It's just below halfway on the painting. We want to sort of land in the right place in the first moment if we can, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. There's that little bit, what do you call that thing between your nose and your lip? The lift, the palate, the cleft, something. Whatever it's called, he's got one of those, and it's framed quite heavily in the contrast. And then his beard, doesn't actually look like a conventional beard. It's more of a black lump. And so we're not going to paint it like a beard with a million little stripes. We're going to paint a lump. Hello, Karen. Cleft. Thank you, Cleft. We got there. It's a philtrum. Oh, we've got two names for it now. I like both these names. Honestly, you could have told me it was a tabloid, and I would have been like, are you sure? So, oh well, I guess it's right. There we go. So that's the neck down there. It's about appropriately sized. There's a huge area, hey Amina, a huge area of white space around here, and there's an eye in the middle of it. Now the first thing that happens when that occurs is you panic. And the reason you panic is because if you're slightly to the right, left, up or down, you think, it's not going to look right. My eye's going to be asymmetrical. My eye's going to be weird. The eye's going to be off in different directions. It's like walking on a tightrope. The moment you're thinking about balance, you lose it and you're off the edge. But if you actually allow yourself to make the mistake, just like on a tightrope, lose your balance for a moment. If you don't overthink it, you stay on it. So, eyeball. Okay. There's not really a conventional eye. There is a dot for it, but actually probably starts around here. There's an eyebrow here. Defined probably more by the wrinkles of the eye than the actual eye itself. And then this is all dark, all this bit through here, until it comes through here, a little bit of an eyeball. There we go. That's his eye. It's good enough. That's good enough for me. There we go. And again, the wrinkles define this eye more than anything else, so we don't express that. I highlighted the pupil of that way too much, just because I got excited. Did exactly what I say to avoid. What's a good medium for beginners? Acrylics, watercolors, gouache, or oil. I don't know how to say that. It's gouache or something. I used to use them. Now I can't say it. Honestly, a lot of people gatekeep by saying things like start with acrylics, move on to oils, watercolors. Do whatever you want to do. And honestly, the best way to do it probably is if you look on YouTube and see the ones that you like the look of. So you think, I love the way watercolor like permeates gently through water on top of the paper I use. Or I love the way watercolor is always done smaller. Or I love the way oils have this vibrant color without effort. Or I want to paint outside, so oil's pungent smell won't affect me. Or I love the fact that acrylics seem easy to clean up. Like, honestly, pick the one that suits you best in terms of what you like, and then just run with that. Don't get hung up on thinking you have to start with one. Otherwise, heck, the worst thing that will happen is you'll have low self-confidence in your art, and so you'll actually always be like, no, I can't do oils, I'm still learning acrylics. And funnily enough, you might have this weird trap where if you just did the oils, you'd find out that actually that was your style, that was the right medium for you, and you take your art to the next level. So there's nothing you're supposed to do. Start with a colour. This is silly. Start with a medium, sorry. This is silly. Pick the one you like. The only thing I'd consider as a quick wild card is oils and some of the other paints have quite fumey natures to them. Oils and pouring mediums. Now, I only mention that because if you've got kids, if you're around kids, or if you're painting insides in a confined space, I definitely recommend using bada bing bang bong, something like acrylics or watercolors, or just not oils, because they're very pungent with their smell. So if you are working around kids, considering having kids and putting time into art, pretty cool to have non-toxic paints, because then even if you leave out a tube and the kid gets it all over their hands or a little bit on the face and things, kid's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a mess. It's not gonna give them some nasty rash or headaches or any of this nonsense. So that's what I reckon. I just keep scribbling here. Sometimes I leave these as is, I just scribble on them and call it a day, but we're not gonna do that here. I might take I don't know, camera's doing something, but chop, Unless that's a nickname for Abraham Lincoln. No, not quite. Compassion provides the universe, goodwill covers the whole world. Train, that's very compelling. Intense. Definitely intense, but compelling. Let's have a look see here. That's a little air thing there. We're going to end up with a bit of an interesting air because I can't actually see it under the picture, so I just sort of paint it blind. But that's going to be okay. There's some wrinkles in here, and that comes there. That comes down a little bit further. He's got this awkward chopped face because the forehead you want to paint coming up and then across into here. In his case, it actually flattens, and this ear here actually pushes it down and it arcs up into here in a bald patch, which I'm looking forward to in the next 5 years. There we go. You can go in there like that. Abe Lincoln. There you go. And if you're famous, you just stop there and sell that for $1 million. But you know, we're going to keep going. Give me a second. I wouldn't dare. This is a fun place to have it, but it's a long way from complete. It's this is one of those sketches. Like, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun place to be. Probably the funnest place is this bed here. Those lines capturing the bed are just about perfect. And the eye, we didn't panic. We just put it in there. Damn, no. No. This is the kind of thing that stays in your closet or your basement and never comes out. Like all Picasso's old sketches, which now end up on every museum in the world. But they were just like this. He just did them quickly, then he put them away, and it was done. Abraham Lincoln being worth 1 cent is still ironic to me. I don't understand it, but I know there's something behind it. I'm just. You need to explain it to me, Pink. You better remember that I'm an idiot. You forget this. So, first things first, using the blacks, but I've added in a binder medium. What's a binder medium? Great question. A binder medium is a thing that gets in there and makes the paint dry very fast, and it primes the surface as well. So my darker areas will hold more paint better. Sorry, Ojo Momo Art New Zealand. First off, great name. Definitely a mouthful, but a great name. Advice to fellow artists, yeah, have fun. I say this every time, and I swear I'll never stop saying this because it's the most important thing of all. Have fun when you paint. We get so caught up thinking that we should strangle a process, demand a result, not enjoy it in favour of actually carving out something which we think everyone else wants to see. And we forget that the thing that made our art beautiful, or made us love it in the first place, was play, enjoying it, love for it. And when we originally decided to do art or fall in love with art, it was because we completed a picture and we felt something for it because we enjoyed making it. And then all of a sudden, we taught ourselves, somehow, we got convinced or tricked to teach ourselves not to enjoy it and turn it into this craft which never developed again. And as we hopefully beat away at it to try and make it into something, we slowly lost our inspiration, our drive, our motivation, and our belief that we loved it, and then became any other career on the face of the planet other than that. So have fun when you do it. Have fun. What do I do when I make a mistake? Oh, you must have not been here before. When I make a mistake, I burst out crying in tears. I go get an espresso martini, and I sit here sobbing while Pink, Victoria, and anyone else who subscribes consoles me for about 45 minutes. And then we go back to the painting. No, I leave the mistake. Leave the mistakes in the picture. There was a mistake in the last Abraham Lincoln. A big dollop of black got hit on my nose here, and it was a little bit of a disaster. And why am I in overalls? I'm not in overalls because I like to paint well dressed. Dress smart, paint smart. But leave the mistake, let the mistake be, And what will happen when you have a mistake is you can cover it up with a million not little mistakes. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way. Hold on 1 second. Just going to grab this here. We've got two angry beady eyes looking out at the moment. So we've got the beginning of our Abe Lincoln. Alrighty tighty. Okay, mi novio. Novio. Novel. Good. Novel. Enjoy. There we go. We're going to let some drips land everywhere. This painting's going to go big anyway. And it's going to have a lot of those lighter colours in it anyway. Lots of different shades of light colours. I have a feeling, Victoria, that novio means... Novio is novia. Novia means girlfriend, so novio means boyfriend. And me means my. Unless so, Shelby started a new account, someone is lying. Alright. I'm getting grief from Shelby right now. I made a post in the broadcast for for painting, and I said to everyone that I had my coffee and my sleep weren't too good, and Shelby's like, "You didn't tell me, maintenance meeting. You must tell me these things." And actually, honestly, they were all good. I was just looking for a reason. It wasn't good enough to justify why I was so happy though. I was in such a good mood. So there was this. Paint Chris Hipkins. That is one of the... I'm going to put that in the basket of like ideas that aren't hugely exciting, but possible. Coming on down here. Get down here. There we go. Oh, smear this in here. Put that there. That is the bottom of the jersey. Just like that. And then we've got a little bit there. A little bit there. Over here. There we go. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone, even the people who come here and say, he is useless, why is anyone watching him? And I'm like, hey, you don't need to say that, alright? My own security said it to me in the morning in front of the mirror. I told them to stop it, so you don't need to be here doing those mean things. Nah, embrace all the feedback, guys, at the end of the day. In terms of painting, you're going to go through many stages with a painting, and with a portrait like this, it's unfair, because with a portrait, you're like, oh, I see the face, and everyone gets excited. When it's a landscape, landscapes look like mush for like 95% of the process, and so everyone's like, it's bad. So usually it takes landscape painters even more self-confidence to actually muster up the urge to make their paintings, because everyone's not going to like them for 95% of it. Whereas portraits, people are like, oh, I see the face. Someone said they couldn't stay because they don't speak English. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, my English is sort of limited. A lot of words get said in this room that I don't understand. I wouldn't worry about which language you speak. And TikTok has a translate button as well, so you should be fine. I see a question coming through here on YouTube. That's exciting. Thanks, James. Appreciate you. Hope you're looking after yourself. I'm doing it on TikTok and YouTube, so that way I don't have to upload the TikTok replay. It's just taken straight from YouTube, which I think is pretty cool. I was just about to ask if he doesn't get paint all over him, but he turned around. See, this is my problem. That's English, but I'm not fully understanding what's being said. I do get paint on me all the time. All the time. And but I like to dress well. Being that if you dress smart, you'll paint better. Dress for the occasion, guys. Don't treat yourself sloppy. Treat yourself. Be the artist you want to be. I like wearing sometimes silly clothes as well. If I'm feeling too caught up in what I'm trying to do. If I'm getting too caught up in what I'm trying to do, wearing silly clothes reminds you to loosen up, because you can't take yourself too seriously. You end up having to accept the fact that you look a little bit silly. And that's another way to do it. You know what? We've barely started and I sort of see Abe Lincoln. I do have a new studio, but I pop by the old studio all the time. I've got lots of studios. I was going to stream from the Corona studio this weekend, but outside had too nice. The weather outside was too nice. But it turned out, funnily enough, that the weather was rainy. And so once I got set up outside, we lost Abraham Lincoln. And so here we are doing Abe again. Oh, oh. I like those turquoise. Yeah, these are good ones. I got these from an op shop for $3. $3. 3 big bucks. 3 loads of 100 cents each. And I've never looked back. Got some new jeans as well. I haven't tried them on yet because I'm just washing them. They're size 34 though, they are my size. But we just have to wait to see if they're as good as I'm hoping they are. There we go. There's no little bit further than that. There we go. Your painting is captivating to watch. Thank you, Annabelle. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now let's get up in here and let's come down here. Brim that out through there. And this is that caving, I say caving forehead. There's a slightly caving forehead that I was talking about. See how it sort of angles down over here? That's a characteristic of his face. We don't have to do the forehead like that, we just need to get the guidelines right. Here we go. And then this eye here actually connects down here, splashes across here. Woohoo! Now we're talking. Just like that. Beautiful. I just want you to know that you're my favorite girl. This is a lot of binder media in it, so it's actually, these marks aren't supposed to be here, but they'll be fine. This is the mutton chop that he's known for. We've left that out so far. We'll capture it now. There we go. And then it dots around. Let's grab some more binding medium to thin it out. Dots around through here, comes down his chin here, down to here, and then sweeps. There we go. There's our black for the face. It's been real. Okay, so that's fun. We see the picture. We have the contrast, but what this picture does lack is depth. It's got no depth. It's just got clear gesso and then black paint, which is furiously drying over the top of it. So it's quite pleasant to glance at. but it can't encapsulate your attention for a long time. So what do we do next? We get 32 different colours, 32 different pigments, and we keep capturing the little hues around the picture, one at a time, with transparency gel in it to grab the depth out of it. Because this is nice, but then how do we keep your attention? What is the ongoing effort that we've put into the painting to make you continue to appreciate it? There's a little bit here that I missed, hold on. There's a little bit there that I missed. Give me a second, give me a second. There's a little bit over here. There we go. A little bit down here. Fixed it. I wonder what colour story should be for this. Yeah, well, we can use all the colours, so that'll be fun, but it'll be a matter of figuring out which colour I accidentally squirt the most of out into a paint tray to then become the most dominant. So I can't find him. Yeah, I wish I would paint him blue. Red, white and blue. Maybe that's the appropriate one. Maybe we don't use 32 pigments. Maybe we just use 15 different pigments of red, white and blue. So we use every colour under the rainbow except for our yellow ones. We use everything else. It's pretty exciting to me, actually. It's pretty exciting. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to grab, to start with though, huge white areas. So, I think we're going to kick off with some white. Are we going to kick off with white? Is that too... Ooh, the temptation's there, but is it valid? Let me think here. We're not going to use any more binder medium. We don't want this next coat to dry too fast. We've got pink here, but it's probably too pink for this stage. Let's go for this one. This is wild. Let's do this. I'm going to grab the Brilliant Magenta. And it's going to really pop. There we go. A little bit of that. And then I want to get my acrylic primer and extender. This is the stuff. Just bring it over here so you can see what I'm doing. Big bouquet. That's what I want. A little bit of this on the tray. I'll show what that looks like in just a second. Primer extender makes the paint run nicer. That's good. It's great stuff. I'm a big fan. I'm going to grab a brush that's suitable. This one here. Here we go. This is what we're working with. So if you look here, we've got all our primer and extender. This is just transparent stuff. Mixing in with our thing to make it run nicely. Nicely. All right, let's go. Okay. You love the piece behind me, Deborah. Oh, the farmer. Yes, we need to put a coat on top. A coat of liquid glass to really send our man to the next level. But in this case here, we're doing Abe Lincoln. Probably put down a little bit too much extender. That's okay. Here we go. A little bit there. Do a little bit through here. A little bit up here. And these drag lines coming up to the edge here. And puckering up just through here. Now we're talking to it. Alright, a little bit of paint coming in there. There's a methods to Seb's madness. I hope there is. Black and white, the movement from Art Op. Jesus Give Me Strength. I think. And sometimes, if you look away from the screen for 20, 30 seconds and you look back, you're so far behind the conversation that you realise the importance of something like context. Right, coming on down here. And down through here. Now we're talking to it, just down there. So we're just going pink on black. What's the saying? Pink is the new black. That's fun. Here we go. Push that in there. This is such an impractical outfit for painting, is it? What should you wear when you paint? What should be a practical outfit? And being that you're actually painting, what are you painting? What's the reason for painting? To capture feelings on the surface, to capture a moment of vitality or joy on a 2D surface. That's what I want to do. Vitality and joy are the two feelings that I want to capture those on a 2D surface. How should you do that? What's practical to capture feelings? Probably, but making yourself feel good is a great start. If you feel good, painting's going to be better. So, I should put on and you should put on whatever makes you feel good. I feel good in this, so I paint better in this. So I do a better job at what's been created. So it's very practical. So take that. Wyatt looks like he's pretending to draw. You're so hard on me. Why are you hard on me today? That's so mean. Oh dear. Here we go. Now we'll keep going in here with these pinks. Under these eyes, these deep grey-like shadows. Thanks, Two Studs. Hope you're looking after yourselves. Unfortunately, if I did that, it'd get cold. So there is a minimum that we have to wear. And it works. That's a very villainy laugh. Yeah. You thought you were watching a wholesome painting channel, when actually, you are watching a villain. I'm the bad guy. There we go. A little bit through there. Capture that nose there. Out there. The cleft? I think it's the cleft, that's what we learned. Seb. Oh no. Guys. We're here to produce a lovely painting of Abraham Lincoln. Please, keep it PG. Don't be silly. Be silly, but keep it PG. Because we want to create an inclusive environment. Thanks, Pink. I wouldn't, don't enjoy it too much though, Pink, because remember, it's just me, I'm just drawing it on. I'm not actually painting. It's all fake. Can't believe you've been here so often, you haven't spotted that. Victoria's like, wow, Seb really brought the sass into the room today. I did, I'm taking no prisoners. How many colours are you using on this one? Two Studs Ranch. Logan, I'm probably going to use... Bada bang bang bong. That's a good question. That is a good question. How many colours are going to get used in this? Look, I was thinking 32, but after thinking about the American side of things, we may even go for 15. And the reason 15, I mean, I say this vaguely, but the reason is because then we can leave out yellow and target red, white, and blue, but we'll also lose our, green and our oranges because we want to stay those true to those red, white, and blue colours. You had to use red, it would look better than violet. I'm not fully understanding the comment there, but we will use red and violet, and I hope you love it. And if you don't, I'm so sorry. Where is the accent from? It's from New Zealand. It's a New Zealand accent. From Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. Looking really wonderful. You've captured his look for sure. Thanks, Steve. Remember, artwork is, though, not a linear process. It's going in all directions all the time, and we've gone good so far. We may end the session on a down note where we're actually not improving the painting. It's heading backwards at an awfully fast rate. So, we can't predict these things. Just accept that they may happen and engage with them accordingly. There we go. Slap this through here. Slap this through here. There we go. Splash. Alright, now we're talking to it. Then over this eye here. I, for for the first time in my life. That's why I'm telling you. Emulate copper with it. Sunset colours. Ooh. Copper's a good colour for Abe Lincoln, actually. That does resonate with me. I do like where your head's at about that, because that's not silly. That's actually quite clever. You could do more of an industrial labeling with copper, silver, and gold, like just etched through his face. So we have this sort of industrial era, sort of churning power, machinery look to him. Use 16 colours for. Oh, that's a good one, Anonymous Hippo. Anonymous Hippo. Well done. I like where your head's at. 16 colours for the 16th president. Right. Colour number 1. We're going to include carbon black in our list of colours. It's not a colour, yes, it's a tone. It's okay, it's a pigment in this case. It's been used to create something on the picture. So, 2 colours down. We've got 14 colours more to go. I like that. We're on 15. We go up 1 more to 16 and we're all good. My iPad is going to die, so I'm looking for a charger. That's what's happening here right now. 1 second. Cheer up, sleeping. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream and a homecoming queen? Bum 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 ba bum. We'll see if I actually got the right chord. Problem is these days, all these chargers, you think you've got the right chord and everything's all sorted, and then it doesn't have the ampage to actually do what you want to do. Here we go. I'll put this in here, wrap this up through here so it doesn't fall off, and plug that into there. And then, is it going to stay? No, it's not going to stay. Come on, come on. Let's see if I fixed it. If I fix it, it's charging. We have success, guys. We will not lose our charge today. Right, where were we at? 16 cals for the 16th president. Sorry, I missed that. Is there a method for figuring out proportions for the initial sketch? No. Go by chaos. You can get so hung up on trying to paint something accurately that you strangle it and dislike every stroke you make and judge yourself and feel anxiety, and then the whole thing will fall to bits. Draw the guidelines down very roughly in all the places, and every time you do it you'll get a little bit better, but don't you ever give yourself a hard time on it. There's a recipe for disaster. You should do a Queen Elizabeth II. You're getting ahead of yourself, but I like your style. It does sound very cool. The Abraham Lincoln with 16 colours is a fun place to be right now. And there was something about horror. Yes, you can paint horror. You can. That is a thing people do, but I don't. And the reason I don't do it is because I believe with art, we've got the ability to capture something on a 2D surface permanently. So you can get feelings. You can get feelings and you can put them on a surface so when people see it, they feel something. Like music can be ominous, like music can be joyful and happy. Now, if you're going to create something that perpetually gives out something to the world, I think it's pretty cool for it to give out something positive, expressive and happy. And to not do that is sort of, that's all good, but aren't you, the alternative is so good, guys. To bring something into the world that's positive and joyful and, you know, making the world in this tiny little way a better place, or to paint horror, and you're like, ugh. Alright, our next colour, brilliant magenta, pastel lilac, pastel coral. I missed that one there. No, that is not very easy to read. Fantastic, Johnny. Fantastic. Here we go. So, pastel lilac and pastel coral. So, 2 pastel colours on Abe's face. is the next step. And then we've also got pastel aquamarine. So it's all our regular popping colours, but in this case, I lost the lid, hold on. There we go. In this case, we're using much more muted versions of them. Here we are. And that brings us up to 5. 3 pastels, and those other 2. I need to wipe the colour off this brush because if we use 16 colours, I don't want them converting into shades of each other by all mixing in. I want it to be raw. But sometimes it's good to challenge yourself and try a different style of art. It's true, try a different style. But it doesn't mean you have to grab the whole of the negative subject matter and force it down everyone's throats. That's what the news is for. But we're here with the ability to construct anything, so let's grab this historical topic and make it happy. That's what I reckon. I reckon that's positive. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alright, let's have a little look-see. You again on my For You page. I hope you're well. Keep your inspired. Thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate you. Right. Let's kick off with pastel lilac first. This is very, very close to our normal white, and that's okay. Here we go. There we are. Again, another language that I can't quite speak, but it's exciting. It's here. Here we go. Pastel lilac. And all the spots it can go. Alright. It's going to sneak up around here. And it's going to be actually very, very similar to the colour that Abe Lincoln's face. The white is already, but it's not. It's so incredibly subtle. So incredibly subtle, but it actually will have a huge effect on the end result. And thanks, Sat, for sharing the live. I appreciate you guys when you share this live, because it's pretty fun coming on here with the intentions of sharing something like this, and then to have other people align with what I'm thinking, to actually say, yeah, this is cool. Let's share this with some more people. Let's spread some love around the place today. Especially in social media, it's full of so much junk. Like, guys, I'm getting addicted. I'm getting caught up in doom scrolling. I didn't know it was a thing, and now I'm doing it all the time. And I think I've got a real problem, actually. Me and Shelby have been looking at a phoneless evening, where we just do anything else, board games, whatever, but no phones. Because I just have this habit of just going on to it and looking through social media, and you just can't detach yourself from it. You keep going back to it. It's awful. Do some creepy voice. Johnny. I don't know what's up with you and creep and horror and stuff, but look, let me fill you with love, joy, and compassion. And that's the best I can do. Where am I from? I am from Abe Lincoln. Well, he's the 16th President of the United States, of course. I wanted to paint something with 16 colours. It's a perfect match. What was I going to say? I was going to say... no, trail of thought lost. Could be a voice actor for a New Zealand character in a game. I'd love to play a New Zealand animal. You know, like, remember how we had Stuart Little? And what was the other one about the piglet? It was a pretty great movie. I'd do like a dog. Like, give me a New Zealand accent for a Labrador in a movie. Alright, that's good, Johnny, but I think your use of caps is getting a little bit over the top. I think, because the comment section isn't going too wild, I think you can just talk normally, and I'll be able to read it, and it'll be awesome. We can all get along. I love that. But I understand the excitement. I mean, the speed in which he's painting that slightly different shade of white over white. What a thrill. What an absolute thrill. I'm going to push into the pastel corals now too. Here we go. Get just a bit more of this stuff. This is the good stuff, guys. This is good. This stuff is a real winner. A little bit of water. That's good. That's good. It's good, it is. I'm gonna go on to some pastel lilac. No, pastel coral, sorry. Tripping out my words a little bit there. There we go. That comes there. And that comes down around here. And this is his cheek here. You love Abraham Lincoln. What made you want to do Abraham Lincoln? Well, Alexander, I had this board here. I want to warm up my hands, and I was doing a picture of Abe Lincoln before, but the weather caught it. It rained on it, destroyed it, in fact, to the point we no longer have our original Abe Lincoln. So we're here doing another. Kind of fun, actually. But at the end of the day, he's got quite a recognisable face, and part of the fun of doing Abe Lincoln is the fact that we can add colour into his face, like the photos never had. Yes, you could get a 3D model to like colourize Abraham Lincoln, but for us to imagine those colours through a paintbrush is pretty fun. Pretty fun. This is not a commission. This is a commissioned self-portrait. This man here wanted his face done. Imagine that. There we go. Mr. Abe Lincoln wanted his portrait done. There we go. A bit more pastel lilac in here. Pastel coral. What have you been too tripped up? There we go. Okay, here a little bit more. La da da dee da. Let's encroach down here. Come through there. And just down through here. This is good. Here we go. So very, very subtle white. May as well be white, but it's not. But it's close enough. Hey, Jay Smith. Welcome back in, long time at Noosie. There we go. All the way up to the corner. Fantastic. The only good president was Kennedy, and he had a similar death. Jeepers, Alexander. Well, I've got no comments to make on that. Quite heavy on the politics side. The most important thing about Lincoln is he has this incredibly distinctive face. So in terms of painting, he is a fantastic person to paint. A face where you can actually focus very much so on the shapes you see, rather than the actual structure of a face. Where am I, Paul? I am in New Zealand. This is New Zealand. It is at 12:42. The middle of the day. Fun time to be standing. Fun time to be alive. Here we go. Beautiful. That encroaches down there. Comes across here. Wonderful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. There we go. And that's going to encroach down through there. Same story through here. Have they dried? They have dried. That's fun. Coming down through the whole way down. Coming down the whole way down. Gonna get it in here. Down the sides. Down the sides. Did you say down the sides? I said down the sides. There we go. All the way around through there. Fantastico. 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 I'm just going to put this up here. Guys, I think that this is having very little effect on the thing. There we go. Turn that one off. There we go. I'm just going to give this little gizmo here to YouTube, which is going to be pretty fun because what it's going to mean, if I can get it to work, hold on. This goes in here, ding, ding, ding. There we go. Perfectos. So now YouTube gets the nice, mic works for YouTube, so it gets the nice sound. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Ooh, 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 Sneak down here with a little bit. Up around here, let's grab a bit more in there. Let's grab a bit more in there. There we go. And then the lip here, give that a little bit through there. A little bit through there. And then up through here. Perfecto. Perfecto. Your shirt is so on paint. Yes, there was paint all over it when I started. There's going to be paint all over it when I'm finished. But I feel good in it, even though it's messy. And eventually, when I find a similar shirt from an op shop, I will swap them out. And I'll have the new shirt with no paint on it. And we'll be going back to the exact same process all over again. All over again. There we go. There we go. It comes through there a little bit. Dots around here. Dots around here. Perfect. And we come up into this little part here. Again, not laying it on too thick because we still want to get as much of that to dry as we possibly can in the window of opportunity we've got. Give him a hat. Okay, 1 second. Ba-da bing bang boom, da 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 da. Ba-da bing bang boom. Ba-da da da da. Da 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 da. Sorted. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. La dee 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 doo. All right, back to what we were doing. Actually kind of suits him. Right, let's go in here. He was more of a top hat wearing kind, wasn't he? I think he was. There we go. Cheers, Alex. There we go. I thought I followed the instructions to a T. I thought I nailed it. So I'm very personally proud of myself. It's nothing Abe Lincoln's got. Big old ears. He could hear things coming a mile off. Oh, he's losing his hat. Stay sun smart, Abe Lincoln. And then I'll go in here, and over to here. There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Awesome. I was just at the Lincoln Presidential Library this week. That's pretty fun. That's well timed. Do you think it knew that, your phone, and so it recommended this live to you? Because the amount of times we've said Lincoln in it. Possibly. When will I do the air? I am sneaking behind there and doing it just outside of your gaze. Naughty. So he has got an air coming into context, bit by bit. There we go. There we go. Then this comes through here. This is his nose. We might come back to that brighter shade too at one stage. That pastel lilac rather than this pastel coral, which just packs just a little bit more of a kick for these areas. This will just be white down here, a lot of this, because this is the top of his suit. There we go. Just let that through there. Hello, Cheryl. Long time no see. Welcome back. Doom, 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 doom. Why the radiant purple? There's actually no purple. It's brilliant magenta. Brilliant magenta. And why? Because it was a fantastic colour to match the hue. Not the hue, the tone that we had there. Could have mixed some grey, but this was far more fun. There we go. Almost through it. And then back onto those pastel lilacs again. Grab all of them, mix it in. There we go. Perfect. Who are you painting this for? For no one. It has no home. Getting our brush back into the flow of things. Speaking of magenta, I think pink left without saying bye again. Naughty pink. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. There we go. Hello, Jude Petrie. How you doing? There we go. Just punch a few of these colours in here. All right. Come on, pastel lilac. There we go. All around there. A little bit down there. Sneaking around there. Honest Abe. Indeed, indeed. Right. Pastel aquamarine. That's our next colour. Ba-da bing bong boom. Da 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 da. Ooh. Good to be back. Sorry, been a bit of absence lately getting my house ready for a move in the next few days. I get it. It's all good. It's all good. There we go. Let's get some of this pastel blue. And the next one's going to be a world of fun because the next one is our midstream blues. Which once we get that and the reds in there, American feels inbound. Hello, Ivan. How you doing? All right. Mix this in here. Bada bing bang boom. Okay, there we go. All right. Another colour very similar to the ones we've already used, but again, it's that layering and depth in those shallow pale colours. It's going to add the real punch to this picture. Rin, draw you. Well, it's a possibility, Rin. If you'd like a commission, links in the bio. But otherwise, we've got to continue on old Abe at the moment. There we go. Thanks, Caroline. Appreciate you. Ooh. Ah. There we go. Coming down through here. Down through here, down through here. So at the moment his chin comes down a little bit too tightly, so it scoops out there a little bit more. We'll capture that. That will not be a problem. Da 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 da. What number colour are we on right now? We're still using the same three we originally put on, but technically, so pastel aquamarine, so we'll be on our 5th colour. 5th. There we go. There we go. Scrolling down through here. Fantastic. Right. Oh, we'll just do a little bit down in here. All right, now we're talking. Just like that through there. Fantastico. And then up through here. Is that a plate? It is a plate. It is from an op shop. And I've been washing it for a while, so it's been getting used on the regular. Good plate for it. It's going to be tough when you go back to the 54th president. Oh, sorry, 50th. 49th. I've only got 32 pigments, so we can only go back another 16 presidents. How many presidents total at the moment? 50, right? No. I forget. We're so isolated down here in New Zealand. We forget these things. All right, splash around there, splash around there. On the cheek here, there we go. 46, all right, 4 off, 4 off. Let me see here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get that in there. Let's get that in there. Perfect. Right, on to our red and blue. So those shades will do our red, white, and blue. Thanks, Will. They'll do our white area. And now we need to do our blue area. Our wild, wild blues. And thanks, Daniel. Appreciate you. All right. There's a comment coming through from YouTube on the live there. Wah, ta-ta. Right, brush clean, brush clean. Plate, and what's the colour going to be? This red here is perfect. We'll dot this one down. There we go. And then, which blue? This blue, Pacific blue. Perfect. Just in there like that. There we are. And then a bunch of this one. Mixing gel, and I'm just going to grab my blacks again. Just quickly, so these 2 colours are going to put us up to, come here. There we go, and then that comes down. And it crouches along here longer than we had it before. There we go. That's what we're working with. And then we come down here, and that air scoops there, I think. There we go. Wait, you're live on YouTube? I am indeed. So the YouTube one's just reflecting exactly what the TikTok one is, with the intentions of meaning that the TikTok lives don't need to be downloaded and uploaded. They can just literally be the one that was filmed live on YouTube because the camera's in the same spot. So, yeah, so that's what I figured is the easiest way to do it, because I'm always so behind on doing it. The download and upload for the, a 2-hour file is so much. To actually have them side by side, that means the TikTok and the YouTube happen at the same time, and the YouTube is the TikTok replay. Clever. At least I think. Right. And that'll mean the times match up as well. If you're like, oh, I missed the stream last night, the YouTube will be dated to the dot of what it needed to be, which is cool. Otherwise, they're all out of sync. Because you'd be like, all right, the YouTube live was uploaded 3.5 weeks after the TikTok live was made. Where is it? It's a whole thing. Anyway, look at the tech guy. Yeah. Seb was like, more devices. That's how we'll fix this. No, so paintbrush. That's what we need. Bit of water. Jose, can you see by the dawn's early light? Dun, 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 dun. We won't start that, but used to play every day on the dot of noon at the summer camp I used to work at on the radio station. You'd start to crave it after a while. You knew it was coming. I want me to accept this imaginary shark. I want for me this and everything before this, the accept imaginary shark. I'm confused. I'm confused at what the imaginary shark is, where it's coming from, and why we're saying it. Let me just think here for a second. There was something I needed to get, and I forgot what it was. Hopefully it comes back to me. Hopefully it comes back to me. Baby, come back to me. I should have never set you free. Baby, come back to me. Dum 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 dum. Baby, come back. Da da dun 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 dun. La da da dun 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 dee. Lu du 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 dee. Boom 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 boom. Baby, come back. There we go. And that sort of encroaches down there. Scoop. Perfect. Ba ding da 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 ding da do, just through there, down there. Still on those reds. We will get onto the blues. The blues are slightly darker hue than the reds, and that's okay. Da da dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, dum dum ba da dum. So the cleft again, just coming in here. There we go. And then coming down here. Fantastic. My favorite little painter. Hello, Gabriel. Is this Abraham Lincoln painting for sale? If so, how much? That's a great question. We're a long way from finished though, and once it's finished, there'll be questions around the frame that goes on it and things like that. So I'm not sure how long we'll have to spend on this one at this stage. But if you're interested, reach out via the link in the bio, email, or Instagram, and I'll be in touch with a better estimate once we get closer to completion. And plus, it might get close to complete, and you'll be like, ooh, no, I hate it. Which is entirely fair enough as well. Is that blood? No, it's just red paint. It's just red paint. And it'll come into much more context once we add on the blue. Because we have Abe Lincoln in red, white, and blue. Which I like. That's cool, Cole. Cole, I'll lose your contact here on the live feed. So the best thing to do is to contact me via the link in my bio. Email, which is just sebgower@gmail.com, or yeah, whatever you prefer. Instagram, TikTok, it's all there for you. There we go. Let's dabble a bit this through there. He's got these little marks coming down here. There we go. Perfect. Comes down there. That's annoying. My little poor guys on YouTube. Sorry, guys. My volume thing ran out of batteries, and now my poor team on YouTube has had silence. I'm so sorry. And there's a comment there saying, "Hey, volume's not working," and I was I can't hear you. There we go. There we are, up and around there. Fantastic. And coming down here. And a little bit in here, but not a whole lot. Whiskers, if anything. Perfect. Hello. Catch you there. Perfect. And that is our picture of Abraham Lincoln. Now, if you missed it at the start, that is okay. That is okay. What you saw, let me spin this around so you guys can see it. How's that? Is that facing you? Is that facing you guys? Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Then we'll stand it up a little bit. There we go. So it's straight up and down. Is that right? There we go, that's right. Cool, 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 cool. Right, and then I can grab my seat. Alrighty, righty. Bring the seat in here. Pwah. Grab this mug here. Alrighty. Alrighty, tighty. Pow. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln. So this is our face. Started with blacks, moved in with our pinks, went across from there into Pacific blues, dived from that into two deeper colours of red and blue. That was our, what was that called? It's a special name for the red. It was aquamarine blues, and this is pyrothol red. And then we went from those two colours, which are deeper versions of it, into our aquamarine, pastel aquamarine and pastel violet, and we also did pastel coral as well. Pastel coral did the most work. When you see those, you can't see a whole lot of contrast. You can see contrast, but not as it swaps into the white, not as aggressively as you should. That's the pastel aquamarines, aqua corals, and aqua violets that are having that effect. And then from there, we had little touch points. That was our turquoise, that was our, what do you call it, the rich red gold, that was our red violet, that was our cobalt blue, that was our, there's one other blue there too, what was that called? Not the French aquamarine, cerulean blue, that's the one I forgot the name of. And then once we hammered all those on there, along with that, naphthol crimson, very small amount of that, and then we went in with a silver, and then we went for the final 16th colour, white. Well, pigment, white. Yeah, one day. Let me see my pick. Go for gold, Robert. Anyway, so here is this picture here. So we did 16 colours because he's a 16th president. It's kind of fun. And it wants to be quick and it wants to be wild. And it is that. So our hands back in. This is where we want it. And the reason we do these sort of fun experimental ones is to get the hand in the right place. So when you start working on the commissions, you're not experimenting or learning in your hand, you're already fire. So that means you're going on to touch the commissions exactly as you should be. Beautiful picture. If you did want to critique it, what's missing? Where's the mistake? Let me just have a look for a mistake. Something that sticks out to me. Probably this whole part of the face here. No, it's all right. The ear's a mistake. The ear's a mistake. The reason the ear's a mistake is, cheers, Steve. The reason the ear's a mistake is just behind the picture the whole time. So when it was behind the picture,
we didn't spot it all the time to add all the shades there. So if you look at the air in the shot, it's probably got the least detail. It's made up of just a little bit of turquoise, a little bit of red, a little bit of cerulean blue, white, and black. It doesn't have those other 7 shades that have embodied the beard here. So there's that. Anyway, I have been given a shopping list. So I need to go buy some eggs and whatnot and make sure they're in the fridge. So I will pause here, but my hand is in the right place. So now that my hands are in, I will be back tonight, and that will be fantastic. So Steve, we've got your 2 Cowboys picture, which we'll be starting today, but it'll be later on in the day. So hopefully, if the weather clears up, I can do it outside. It'll be fantastic. Don't worry, him was a sad, depressed man, but a good man. For a second there, I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, how does he know? Anyway, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to do this little fun experiment with you, and we're going to have a bada bing bang boom, another session tonight, probably around the starting on the 4:30, 5 o'clock mark, New Zealand time. Champion Steve, and don't worry, Steve, if you miss it as well, totally fine, because I'll have it going on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously, which will mean a replay will always be available on YouTube. Apart from that, guys, you're all champions, wherever you are in the world, whether it's day, whether it's the middle of the night, whenever. I hope you're looking after yourself. And yeah, look, I know it sounds cheesy, but just find a reason to be happy today. I don't know why, but I got out of bed and nothing was great, like nothing was exceptional. The sleep wasn't exceptional, the coffee wasn't exceptional, the walk on the beach was okay. Like nothing was mind-blowingly good, but for some reason I was in a really good mood. Maybe I had some vitamin C, maybe that's what I needed, but I feel really good. And the way the paint strokes are landing, this is testament to things going well as well. So I want to pass that good energy on to you. I hope that you have a fantastic day with whatever you're doing, and I will see you when I see you. Champion. I the future, I'm your manager. Cool. I don't have a manager, but I'm excited about your attitude towards it, because it's a possibility. Anyway, cheers guys. I will catch you when I catch you. All the best. I am going to go buy the shopping list. All right. Bye guys. And you YouTubers, I'm out of here too. Bye.